Alright, GM everyone. My name is Danny from MarginX. So MarginX is a perpetual DEX, and then what we actually different is we are actually a permissionless listing DEX. So everyone, just like Uniswap, everyone, you just provide liquidity, then our algorithm will actually generate a perpetual market for you. So we are targeting like a long-term assets, and so everyone just provide liquidity, then you can have generate a perpetual market with a newly innovative funding rate mechanism, and then the mechanism as well. So I'm in the space since 2017, and I started a payment project before. And then in 2021, I discovered Cosmos ecosystem, and then that's why I pivoted to this MarginX project. And MarginX is actually a project built upon Cosmos SDK, and then we are right now in the testnet conditions. And feel free to visit our website and then try to get the new experience of perpetual DEX. Thank you, everyone. Right. So for those who are familiar with Cosmos, actually Cosmos ecosystem is a multi-chain structure. So we are doing the IBCs and interchain all the way. So personally I'm a big believer of multi-chain, and I mean the one of the reasons, just like Ryan mentioned, is the performance. I mean obviously, if you want to go from chain A to chain B, that's a cross chain, that's really a headache. But why we need a multi-chain at the moment is because the current performance of the chain itself is insufficient. So we cannot complete everything on the single chain. So I mean, from our perspective, is from MarginX, we actually develop a things called one pair, one chain. So when you have a Bitcoin pair, then we'll have a dedicated chain for you for that particular pair. I give you an example. So right now, MarginX, we run a Bitcoin order book chain on it. So one day, it will actually take 5 million transactions. So imagine if you have 10 pairs, which is 50 million transactions. I don't think any current mainnet can compete with that particular TPS one performance. So that's why I think multi-chain at this particular moment is very important, because they can cater for different needs. Just like MarginX of order book DEX. So imagine the whole ecosystem is just flooded with the transactions. Then the chain will be collapsed. So yeah, I mean, I think one of the challenge from multi-chain is because the liquidity will be scattered like on every other chain. So how should we aggregate could be a challenge. So that would be my point of view. Thank you very much. Right. So DeFi is pretty interesting, right? So like there are a lot of innovative, but in last summer, 2021 summer, we got a U aggregator, we got LP tokens, and then we shifted to some others perpetuals, and then right now DYDX is coming into Cosmos ecosystem. So I think what really interesting, or rather it just, from my point of view, the current DeFi is just copy from what TradeFi does. So it just become more composable, so users can actually stack on it. But if you looking at the securitizations in TradeFi world, so basically you just collateral your stuff, then in our world is LP tokens, then you stake your LP tokens to somewhere else to probably utilize it for forever. So I think what does the whatever in being innovative at this stage is still copy from the TradeFi world. So and then I think the next big wave of DeFi will be RWA. So like converting the real world assets into it. But in DeFi world would be one more very interesting part is the composable part. So in traditional TradeFi world, so wherever you actually copy paste, you cannot actually stack on it because there are regulators, there are regulations, there are frameworks. But in DeFi, as long as you are the protocol is safe, then we can actually stack on whatever stuff or whatever protocols on it. Just for example, on GMX. So the GLP has derived at least 30 protocols on it. I think that's the innovative part that I think we'll be seeing this in the next 12 months or 18 months. Yeah, that's my point of view. Thank you very much. The whole industry, that for at least from the trading or rather the perpetual trading perspective, basically there's just no mass adoption for trading. I mean, how many of you guys trade perpetuals? Right, raise your hand. Right, very badly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for trading is a very niche market, to be fair. So like if you're doing sports, you are actually very good. I mean, most of the people, I mean, when I was doing payment business, so most of the people will just buy Bitcoin and stake it, or just doing a fixed deposit stuff. So that's the mass adoption part. So the professional trader, like especially trading with perpetuals, it's just very, very rare unless you are like Degen or you are like the trading master. So for us, I mean, from my perspective, I mean, perpetual is just not for mass adoptions because it's just too risky, and then the mechanics behind is just too complicated, to be fair. So although I'm running a perpetual DEX, but I think this is the fact. So probably we can, go to 1,000 people to 5,000 people or even 10,000 people, but that's just the market we are actually aiming for. So what we try to do is to enable the traders, to let them know trading perpetuals, rather a permissionless trading perpetual would be something more interesting and can potentially earn more yield on that. So traders are just like sharks. So there's now blood. So what we can do, or rather what MarginX or rather the other perpetual protocols are doing, is we try to get the mechanics more sustainable and more easy. I mean, traders, they can read rocket science stuff. They are more legit than us. They are willing to try from step 1 to step 100 just to get into your stuff, your protocol, to earn money. So what we try to do is to discover, or rather to unleash the other yield and then stack on it, then let the professional traders do whatever they want. So that's why we keep saying we want to do the permissionless listing, just like Uniswap. Because that's what we thought the best way to invent and to get in the real new yield on top of the RWA. Then that's the point what we actually try to achieve. Yeah, thank you very much. The time is still early, right? So, but I think sports is like Uniswap is a great example. So I mean, it launched in 2020, then it takes like 40% of the market shares at the moment. So Perps right now is like 5 to 6%, and then I think it has a great potential on it. And but what we actually see is the previous wave is, I think that the keyword is open, so and permissionless. So we are actually seeing a lot of like new projects, or rather new DeFi becomes more permissionless. So people can come in, then be so-called innovative and creative and bring in more people. I think that's the lifeline of DeFi. So being creative, being innovative, and so I think people like youngsters like you guys will be more interested in to come into this space, and then you will be the influencer to your family, your friends, and then I think that will be the so-called mass adoption will be in the near future. Thank you very much.